Armenta, Hale, Houtman,
Here.
Candela,
Here.
Juan, here, Lozada,
Here.
Sullivan. Here.
Let's stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Are there any public comments on agenda items? There being none, we move to presentations, which there are none. So we will move to the business agenda. Resolution A is not for action. That's the omnibus vote agenda to be voted on at the next meeting. Any questions or comments about agenda item A? Business agenda item B, administrative review of student fees. No action on student fees today to be acted on at the next meeting. Are there any questions or comments on item B?
Mr. Rogers, would you like to do a brief overview of the student fees?
Yes, the student fees, pretty basic. I'm proposing to keep it the same this year. Last year, we had an increase to the technology fee, and I also proposed an increase to interscholastic and jazz band fees by $10, and that was to coincide with our increased transportation costs. So I generally like to do every other year or every third year for increases to student fees. It's not a very large part of our revenue source, so I generally try to keep it comparable to other districts. So we propose to keep it the same this year.
Has there ever been any discussion of not having registration fees?
Great question. At least not since I've been here. We've had some talk about eliminating some of the interscholastic sport fees to increase participation. And that's something that I think is a pretty favorable approach based on the amount of money we actually do collect from interscholastic fees. I can bring you back some data for the next meeting as far as what we've collected over the last few years for student fee purposes. It's a relatively small amount in the grand scheme of our budget, but we do get such a large percentage of our population that get their fee waived itself. So we get about 60-65% of our people that are only paying the supply fee. And that's if they're on free or reduced lunch. So the supply fees anywhere from $5 to $45 once you get to sixth grade.
And those waived fees would apply to interscholastics as well. Those are waived as well. Or
Yes.
people qualify.
Correct. So you can see our current year to date for athletic fees, we got up to $6,500 to date, about $2,800 in band fees. So it's really, it just uses supplements of the coaching stipends that we do offer, but it is by no means an offset to the cost we spend on those positions. So I'll bring you back a little bit of information as far as the actual student fee portion itself. But again, it's a very small amount that we do collect.
And is it a typo then on the bottom of the slide, bottom of page 4, where it says, I also recommend the following cost increase, but it doesn't look like there's any cost increases. Looks like that might have been left over from last year.
That is thank you for catching that. Sorry about that. Yeah, we did propose a $10 increase to both the interscholastic and the jazz fee last year. So I'll
Looks like no increases here.
correct.
Okay, thank you.
Questions? Moving to item C. This item is for action personnel approval. So item C, this resolution is being submitted for approval. Be resolved, Diamond Lake 76 Board of Education accepts and approves the personnel items as depicted on the agenda. Motion to approve.
Lozada,
Yes.
Sullivan, Armenta, Hale, Hauptman,
Yes.
Candela,
Yes.
Juan, yes.
Item 6, board discussion. Any board discussion? Freedom of information requests, we have none. Notices and communications, the calendar that we have as a rolling item every meeting. And any questions or comments about that? The CEDO superintendent update. Any questions or comments about the CEDO superintendent update, February 25th? Item C, the Daily Herald article regarding Oak Creek Plaza property and Marylence's Statement Village. Any questions or comments about the Daily Herald item?
No, Mr. Rogers, I know you're keeping close on this. Does it pretty well, all the information that's available?
Yeah, this has been pretty much in line. This is the same area that Dr. Sharmquist and I met with, because we knew that there was some talk about some mixed development homes coming down the pipeline. So at the time, it didn't seem like they were very optimistic about it. So this is a nice step in that direction. So it's something that we are addressing in the enrollment study that it's in the process of being completed this summer. So we'll have data detailing all this information on there.
Questions, comments? Right, now, if there are any public comments about non-agenda items, there being none, go to others. Are there any others? So, there being no more business before the board, we have a motion to adjourn. All in favor? Aye. Adjourned.